There's someone at the door.
Don't know. Have a look.
They've left something outside, Pete.
What? What is it?
It's a guitar case.
What is that? Well, bring it in. What is it? Oh!
It says Silver Sky John Mayer model.
Do you think that was him that dropped it off?
What, just dropped it off and ran?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I mean, it's
Anyway,
he's like, he doesn't want to come in. It's like...
we've never seen this before.
This
is genuine live reaction here.
Absolutely,
Andertons Video
100%.
Studios.
You ready for this?
Are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this? 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, this wasn't the colour I thought it was going to be.
No, I thought it was a different colour. Yeah,
Not
let's put it back again. Grab it.
Okay. So, Silver Sky, possibly the most talked about guitar on the planet, in the universe, at the moment. Talked about for many reasons. Some good, some bad, some just reasons.
There it is.
And there it is, for the first time ever in our hands.
Yeah. In the UK, right?
This is fashionable at the moment. Look, no back cover on the guitar.
I did notice that.
In the beautiful onyx sort of metallic, which actually when I saw the pictures of this, I thought it was a flat black, but it's not. It's a metallic.
Oh!
A very, very subtle metallic.
Check that out.
I know, and it's kind of grey,
Silvery.
isn't it, in the corner? Is that just the light, or is that actually...
No, that is actually the
that
thing.
is the thing.
They've done, yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, signed on the back. Well, at least it's kind of, you know, pretend like...
Has he put his number on there for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I've already got his telephone number anyway. So this is literally all first impression stuff here. We're going to play the guitar. We've got the J-Mod amplifier. We're going to tell you what we think of it. We're going to describe how it feels. You're going to hear how it sounds. And then we'll probably talk about some of the controversy surrounding this announcement of the John Mayer Silver Sky. So Pete, let's just hear some tones so that we can, you know, before we talk about it.
Right. Oh, I like that. Just a little raised cover there, see? Oh, that's raised up a bit.
Yeah. That's such a PRS thing, isn't it? Like an improvement to something that's been the same for 60 years, 70 years. Anyway.
You know what? When I just did that, first reactions of doing that, putting it down, that's really nice with that bit.
Play. We said the golden rule.
Don't play the whole song, right?
They can't play the whole song and can't keep playing John Mayer riffs, because then it'll just be the same as every other boring video that other people have done about this guitar.
Okay, so that feels much tighter than I would say normally, but that's probably because it's got the four...
What, stiff because the screws on these?
No,
it's just screwed down to...
It's just that bit, but... So I think lower output maybe pickups, they seem a little bit like vintage lower output, you know, compared to what we just heard.
Well, we'll find out about it. What are they? Because they are, again, John Mayer wound pickups, aren't they?
They are
specifically for this guitar. What are they called? Something at 635?
They're called PRS 635 JM. And that's because apparently, John's guitar is the one he favors is between a 63 and a 64. So this guitar is between the 63 and a 64.
As in the pickups on it.
And the neck as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's in between those two guitars. So, and as we know, with Paul likes the 63.5 because it's between. So it's half.
I get it, like 0.5.
Yeah,
0.5. I totally
see what I mean?
Yes.
Know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Know what I'm saying?
Keep playing.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I want to hear it. I want to hear more.
Yeah, I know that. So,
it's very clean.
Yeah. put it a bit louder, yeah. It doesn't feel like a PRS at all.
Right.
I'm just gonna say that right off the bat, not at all. And maybe it's got something to do with the way it sounds a bit as well with the single coils. What's the model that PRS did with the single coils on it?
Well, they did a thing called an EG, which I don't even know if that made it into the American range. It was like that was like one of the early SE guitars.
Yeah, that had single coils on it.
Yeah.
3 single coils and two pickups here. Tone and
controls,
volume.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what they do. So on the back, I believe that tone does the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Which we've spec'd up on some guitars. I believe he likes to sort of roll off the tone when he's doing his.
Sounds
You know what I mean? The neck is slightly wider than I would think it was going to be. Very, do we dare say it? Very Stratty feeling. Boom! I put it out there. Put it out there.
Mic drop.
Yeah. So let's put some gain on it. Just a little bit of light speed. Everything on 12. I like it. And now we must, this is what we must not, and I would like to just say, this is really, because this has been annoying me a little bit. This is not a Strat, right? Everybody's saying it. No, everybody's saying it, but actually this is less like a Strat than a lot of other.
Well, I haven't tried it
you
yet.
wanna-
So
no?
Sorry, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so it does have characteristics of 3 single coil pickup guitars.
No,
No,
feel,
come on.
I feel bad now.
No.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
You're saying. I totally know
And I
what you're
think
saying. And we're going
we-
to talk about that controversy
Exactly,
in a
because
bit.
that's exactly what we turn it up, baby. What do you feel? What do you feel? This is first impressions. I think we can always do, once we get one in, let's do a top surf guitar video. We get everybody to play it a bit.
Yeah, so what I do like about the guitar, I mean,
Off the bat.
I like the fact that the intonation is absolutely nailed on.
That's a
So
PRS
you
thing,
get-
man.
See what you mean about the tremolo? Okay.
A bit.
Nah.
It's not.
I'd want that to, so it's what it is, it's completely flat to the body
And that's to his.
with a heavy, oh is it?
That's what he said. I want it flush to the
Right.
body because that's how he
Yeah,
likes
so
it.
I
right?
like my sort of Strat style trem systems to just have like the millimeter behind.
Yeah,
sitting off
I
the
see
body.
what he's saying. This is
Yeah.
how I like my Strats as well, because I feel like if the bridge is on the body,
Yeah.
you get better resonance within the wood and everything else.
It is. I really like the neck.
You know what it makes me feel? It feels a bit like the '59 Johnny
Yes,
English neck.
It totally does. It's just your very first impression is that it's just like a smidgen wider than maybe a regular Strat neck.
Yeah.
But once you start playing it, and because there is a fair amount of wood behind it as well,
wood.
it doesn't. You very quickly kind of just accept that it is what it is.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite work out what was the reasoning, because obviously it's like a reverse PRS headstock, isn't it?
Yes.
Is there a?
It's a mirrored headstock, and I think it's elongated. I know it is an elongated mirrored headstock, and that is so you don't need string trees on there.
Right.
to get better sustain.
They're super clean, these pickups, aren't they?
Very clean. You know what they remind me of?
What?
Now I'm just going to come out and say
Do it.
Radio Shop, the Chris Buck.
Yeah.
The Chris Buck signature, his Radio Shop. When you play the slightest touch, it just like it reacts. There's a lot of. It's very touch sensitive.
Yeah. I always found as well in that classic kind of John Mayer sound, that sort of continuum sound. I always thought if I had like a regular Strat, to try and get that sound, I would just turn the volume down to 9 rather than 10. But it sort of feels like on this, the pickups are naturally softer
like that.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Let me take the drive off.
Go on. I love it's got that quacky.
What do you mean, that Stratitone?
Yeah. So they're not noiseless pickups, are they? There's no hum cancelling kind of element. So there is a vintage kind of vibe, warts and all kind of thing, you know. Feels like there's a little bit more bass end on the middle pickup than you would normally get, you know, from a Fender.
What we are doing now, this is what we are starting to do now, is compare that.
Well, of course we are.
Yeah, but listen, I mean, if you go, let's say, here's Lee Anderton, he wants to make a custom-made guitar, right?
Yeah.
You go to a guy, you talk to this guy, and you go, okay, I want you to make me a guitar, right? And you go, okay, he goes, what do you want me to do for you then? Okay, I would like to have this, I'd like to have that, and the neck needs to be this, and then I want these pickups, and then it needs to be one like this, and the guy goes, okay, and he goes, okay, so I've made you this. You go, okay, thank you very much. You know what, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Can you please change that? The guy goes, okay, thank you very much. He takes it back, and then, you know, another 6 months goes by, and he comes back and he goes, here you go, how about this? And you go, yeah, now this is good now, but now I don't like this bit. Can we change this bit? So 2.5 years is actually not a long time.
Oh, I tell you why that will be, is because with a dude like John Mayer, and it's the same with all the big artists.
They're busy.
They don't just literally go, yeah, I'll just cancel my European tour and just be over there with
my world tour. Where I want to get to with that is that the guitar that then Lee has gone out to this guy and had made is made for Lee. That is Lee's signature guitar. In this instant, it's John Mayer's signature guitar. So that's what we have to remember. It's all the bits and pieces. That's why people go, oh, it's just another Strat copy. But it's actually not, because it's actually, you know, I don't think it's, you know, take a Sir, man. A good example. I know we're going to digress into that conversation about all the stuff people go on, but there was I follow Sir on Instagram. I love Sir guitars. They put a picture up of, you've seen Eric Johnson's new signature Strat come out.
With the F-hole, yeah.
A Sir guitar comes out, same colour, with the F-hole on the top. The only thing that's different in this guitar is the headstock. Yeah. It looks exactly like it.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't hear anyone, not a single person that went, my God, Sir, what are you doing? No one did it. Why is that? Why is that?
I don't, the truth
do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, the guitar, it does surprise me how much certain brands, Gibson is a good example, take an unbelievable amount of heat for. I saw a post this morning of a Gibson J45 in neon green.
I sent it to you this morning.
Okay, right, maybe that's why I saw it. And literally everyone's just gone, batshit crazy about this, you know. And
what
Gibson,
are they doing?
what do you do? And you know, the reality is, I don't know. For all we know, Gibson made one, and they've probably sold it because there'll be some crazy punk
For
dude somewhere in the
$4,000?
world that just I want a neon green J45, and it's like, what is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I need to jump on a forum and go, what are you doing, Gibson?
Yeah.
You made a green guitar. So yeah, I don't know why. and certainly I don't think PRS have ever, in all the time that I've, you know, gone on forums and shot YouTube videos, and I don't think a PRS have ever got the kind of heat that some people have given them for this.
I mean, I've never seen anything like
I'm
it.
totally with you. It's like, hang on a second. Paul didn't wake up one morning and go, you know what? I want a piece of that Fender action.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and build a guitar that's a complete rip-off of the Fender Strat and, you know, and da-da-da. No, what's happened is, arguably, the hottest guitar player on the planet at the moment in terms of how influential he is and what a guitar hero he is and the records he's selling and the tours he's selling out, has gone to PRS and said, can you make me a guitar, please?
Yeah.
And of course, Paul, like any sane man would, has gone, of course I will. I will bite your hand off.
Yeah, let's do it.
And it is
what
what it is.
What do you want?
It is what
right?
it is, because that's what John wanted.
Yeah.
The end. I suppose the question really is,
Can't get PRS to make a single guitar.
if you're going to buy one of these, you know, these are 20.
If you're lucky enough,
2,300 pounds. So not by no means a cheap, you know, guitar. So you're going to buy one of these. It's a fairly sizable commitment money wise. I suppose you are you going to play it as one of a few guitars that you own and jump between this and a nice Fender Strat, whatever, and just be happy that, you know, sometimes you're going to want to pick this one up, sometimes you want to pick the Fender up, whatever.
Yeah.
Or are you going to go, no, this is the one, I'm going to use this all the time? Or are you going to go, maybe it isn't? I mean, I personally, again, I'm not the kind of guitar player who is happy just literally picking up the same guitar every single day for like the rest of my life and going, I can only... So, I just feel like, why shouldn't guitar players just have some choice and have a few guitars and just pick the one that rocks their world that day?
You know what, I do like it. I like the headstock. 7.7 and a quarter radius. How do you feel?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because
everybody's
so
going,
much.
oh my God, no, you can't put
I know.
7 on.
There's so much. Well, let's find out. Okay, so I'm sure you all know the radius deal. Okay, it's the curvature across the fretboard. 7.5-inch radius is very vintage, really. And modern guitars have kind of, or more modern guitars have moved to flatter fretboards because it allows you to get the action a little bit lower and it stops the strings choking out when you bend. So let's see if the strings choke out. So they don't choke out.
Mate, listen, the whole thing about this, and people going, oh, I want this, and I want a flatter fretboard or stuff. And how do you feel about this?
Which camera can I show you the action on here? This one?
It's very low.
Okay, I'll see if I can get my face kind of out the way and this out the way. So the action, this is out the box, whatever. Can you see that okay, Joss? Or maybe we go a bit closer. So the action is low. The action is low, and it is a 7.5-inch radius fretboard. So work that one out. I don't know. Feels easy to play. And again, it's what John wanted. I do like that. So now that you keep saying it, my eye is drawn to that jack socket. And I do think that's really cool.
It's very cool. Just have a peek on that jack socket there.
We'll do some sweeps.
How that's raised. See that? Can you see that? And it's got the same rounding on those the knobs and the bigger selector switch. Yeah, with the PRS. Yeah. Hello.
That's the only thing on there that I would reset for myself if that was my guitar, is so that the trem was more floating. But other than that, I mean, I think you should just do some more playing. We should jam if you want to.
Well,
and
we should.
But yeah,
look at the tuners here. Zoom in on
what else were we going to talk about? Were we talking about any other controversy?
I mean, it's just the thing is that people say that it's a Strat copy, and for some reason PRS are getting a lot of hate for it. I don't own a PRS. I don't own a PRS.
Shall I tell you how much PRS hate? Shall I tell you how much PRS care about all the hate that's on the forum? They care this much because they've sold, like pre-sold, thousands of these. And I say thousands, I have slightly made that number. I only know what's been pre-sold in like the UK, and it's over 500. So if you extrapolate that out around the world, it has to be thousands.
Yeah.
And PRS don't have a factory that makes like 100 guitars a day. They have a factory that makes like a couple of dozen guitars a day.
Yeah.
So you then work that one out and go, even if you wanted one of these, like even you were going, do you know what? I wasn't sure I really wanted one. I didn't really want one, but I've seen a few videos and now I've decided that I do want one.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna have to wait a year to get one anyway. So it's like, that's how much PRS hate about all the hate online at the moment. I'm saying, maybe
but this is,
maybe Paul is sitting at home going,
nobody likes me. Nobody likes me.
Look at it, people saying that I've copied a Strat.
I doubt it very much. I really doubt.
And
to be fair, if you're saying £2,300,
yeah,
I don't think today that's a lot of money for a guitar which has got this quality, build quality, tone, all that stuff. For me,
everything's relative, isn't it?
Everything's relative. But if you want to buy a Les Paul custom shop, which is this is essentially an American-made PRS guitar.
2,300 in the UK will buy you. Really, like the top of the range American
custom shop,
like American regular range. So you get like an American original series guitar, the sort of vintage inspired ones, and you'd get some change. If you shopped around for a custom shop Strat that had maybe been hanging on the wall in a guitar shop for a year or something like that, you'd probably get one of those. But if you just wanted to spec up like a modern, like a brand new custom shop Strat, you couldn't afford one of those for this kind of price.
You can't get a Sir.
You wouldn't get a Sir. Well, again, same thing. You might get one that's been sitting around for a year in
like
store.
26, 27.
Yeah, best part. Yeah. So I don't think they've got the price wrong on this.
No?
I think the price
I thought it was going to be much
is.
more. I remember talking about this a while ago and was like, how much do you think they're going to be? I thought it was going to be over 3.
Yeah. Well, look at what the Super Eagle was.
12.
That was like 12.
Yeah, and to be fair,
1,000, not 100.
Yeah.
Anyway, play it more.
It feels nice,
Pete,
man. It feels nice.
I will accompany you.
Nice.
I'm going to be totally controversial.
Nice.
I'm going to be totally controversial here and say something that I probably wasn't going to say on this. But I didn't want to like it. I am that guy that literally just went, I don't want to like this guitar because it's very close. But, the same reason I don't want to like Sir guitars and I don't want to like lots of guitar.
And you don't want to like Kempers. It's the same. It's exactly the same thing.
Exactly that.
It's the same thing. It's just a mindset thing that you go, oh man,
But it's difficult.
Jealousy a little bit, maybe.
Or just I don't know, just a passion for like old stuff.
I like it. I do like it.
It's pretty difficult when you just sit playing it and you go, oh, it does sound good and it feels good, and it's going to be well made and all the little details and everything are going to be well thought out on it. So it's another one of those things that it is.
I mean, I would go so far to say it might be the first PRS I get.
It's definitely the first
more me PRS that's suitable
you.
for me.
Yeah,
absolutely, 100%. Because the other ones, you know, I love them and they are beautiful things, works of art. But for some, and every time I play them, it takes me a while to get into it because it's a certain thing. You know, playing the two Super Eagle guitars was an amazing experience and all that stuff. You get to play these guitars, but you know, I prefer this to the Super Eagle. But it's more me.
It's definitely,
you know, it's more me. I can hold it like this. Maybe he's just sort of gone, I want that so I can hold it like this.
Let me see, just hold it to spin towards me so I can kind of... Yeah, it doesn't look...
Looks wrong. This doesn't look wrong, right? It doesn't look wrong, does it?
It doesn't look wrong. You know what else? It looks more expensive in the flesh than it does in the pictures.
It does. Do we like this then?
Yeah. I think again, I'm.
We need to get Josh. He needs to play it as well. He needs to come and play.
We get Josh to do some stuff. It's so difficult to, you know, any guitar purchase. More with guitars than amps and pedals. Any guitar purchase, there's a logical element to what, you know, your brain is going. These are all of the logical reasons why I might like it or might not like it. And then there's your heart going, and these are all the reasons why I like it or I don't like it. And the heart is all the irrational stuff, and the heart is the bit that's probably going to be going, oh, is it a Fender and and it's not the guitar that Jimi Hendrix played, you know, and all these like, what?
So but it's the guitar John Mayer plays.
That's true.
And John Mayer is not Jimi Hendrix, right?
Right.
He's John Mayer. Clapton is Clapton.
Deep.
I go deep.
I'm going to vacate my chair. Joss is going to come and sit over here.
Sorry, I like it. I really like this. I don't think this 7.5. I've never had a 7.25. I've never had a problem with any fretboard. I mean, if it gets very flat.
I'm the other way. Yeah, the really flat ones I don't like.
That becomes a little bit weird for me. But this is just, it's like going home.
Joss,
it's like going home.
Take a pew.
Well, hey, Joss, man.
Hello.
So you excited about this as well, right?
I mean, contrary to what people might believe, the reason why I enjoy like clothing and I enjoy not just the heavy stuff is because of John Mayer.
Yeah.
I think it's like an overall thing that we all like, and John is.
I mean, he's just a modern day guitar hero. I mean, for a lot of people, you know, and it doesn't. He can't do anything wrong.
No,
you know,
nothing seems. I mean, to some people.
And I think what happens a lot of these times when people do this. Sorry, I'm just going to hand it over because Joss hasn't touched it yet.
No, I'd like to definitely see it.
Yeah, I mean, and as you know me, and you know I like guitars, and I've always looked to get a PRS because I want to have a PRS at some point. This might be something I need to look at.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
I mean, it's much more me than.
Oh, I'll tell you what, just so no one gets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, off it goes. Off it goes.
The birds are smaller as well, aren't they?
Birds are smaller. I'm just gonna, while you do that, I'm just gonna take this camera here and put that on Joss Man.
Okay.
So you know, no, I'm gonna say it's familiar.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's
for sure.
familiar. It's familiar more than a PRS normally would be. It's more familiar to me personally. Yeah.
Because at the same time, I'm not a massive PRS dude either. I think that's just due to the fact that I've never really sat down and had a good go on one.
Yeah.
But this. I think you're right. It's definitely familiar. It's definitely a guitar you just don't want to stop playing.
That's it.
Yeah,
If you do this.
Yeah,
If you just do if you want to go Mayor Deep, I eat the pig again. That's just so everybody say, "Why do you eat the pigs?" I do actually eat the pigs. That's why I want some more.
Yeah.
Did you just swipe that back from me?
No.
Everybody says, so this is a quick one. When I do this, my pick out here, and then I can't talk because I'm holding it here, so I do that and I put it in here, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. So then I can play with my thumbs. So, if you do this. See what I mean?
I've turned my lapel mic off.
Okay.
Can you see? You know, like sometimes on a Strat, there's a big volume difference between playing like a note down the bottom and then when you get up the top. All those notes, you know, up round about the sort of, even up round the 15th to the 20th fret on the top strings, all sound loud.
So
there's another thing I can, we'll do a swoop on, what I can show you that the pole pieces, if you look at a pole piece on a Fender pickup, normally I don't know why they do that still, but they'll go like up and then they'll go far down. If you can see it on here. See, so on the B string, for some reason, it's just much slower than anything else.
Yeah.
Which essentially should mean that it's not curved to the way that the 7.5 inch or the 9.5 inch radius is. It's going like this, and then it lacks that because how far the string is to the pole piece is how much volume there is.
Exactly.
And essentially the strings are going like this. So the pole pieces you go like this. They do that on this guitar.
Yeah, we'll definitely capture that because when you don't notice it until Pete said it, and as soon as I looked, all the pole pieces.
It's really weird.
With the fretboard.
And this you can take if you take a pickup off a Strat. I know you shouldn't be doing that, but you can. It's possible you can actually push the pole piece in through if you heat it up a bit with a. I mean, no, with a hairdryer. So, and then what you do is just push it slightly, boom, and then you can get it up and it can be curved.
Right.
Some people do that because they want the same level of volume.
Of course.
You know, and I get that. That's why probably you get the same. Got a Cali 76 and a Lightspeed on. I'm playing with a pick there, by the way, on the side, so the frets. I'll try to finger it a bit. Sorry, I know John said he doesn't want to listen to this.
Oh yeah.
He said in the live stream, like, don't play that note. He
Best
didn't like
thing
when
about
people
that
do
was,
that.
I don't like that note, and then
And
he
it-
played the
is
jam
that-
and he played the note.
No,
and
he
was
said,
like,
yeah, you can
oh,
listen
click.
back. If you listen back, I've played it already, and that's one I don't like playing that. I think I played it as well. So. We're not playing that
No
song.
more.
And you know, he's not a high gain player either.
No,
He doesn't.
not at all.
You know, he might have a little bit of something like this on. Doesn't die out.
That's awesome. That's the Analogman and the Lightspeed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm liking
Very
this.
nice.
I'm getting a bit of.
I'm just going to unmute myself, jump back in.
I'm getting a bit of a feeling going there. Just then, that was a bit of happening.
Was there?
Yeah.
Controversial.
I got a little.
Could you,
I got a.
hey.
You know that twitch you get.
Again, far be it from me to want to continue to fuel these comparisons between this guitar and a Fender Stratocaster. Could you perhaps play like a little 20-second lick on this and then play exactly the same lick on that black Strat behind you?
Sure. If you want, is that what you want? It's
Yeah.
probably what people want to see,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's because, absolutely. I mean, I did know this is strung with 10 gauge strings because that's what he specifies.
tens.
They are 10s as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool.
10s, yeah.
Then that should be. And if you're not sure as well, the black Strat here we have is from a series of guitars that Andertons specs up with the custom shop called Artist Inspired. We are not, for legal reasons, allowed to tell you which artist inspired this guitar, but you can probably work it out, especially because of the video we're making at the moment. So play.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I should kind of play something the same thing I just did, right?
Yeah.
So.
they're not very different sounding, are they? This one sounded like it maybe had a little bit more bass end on the bass strings, but
they're not very different sounding. And I tell you what, they're not very different feeling. This neck is a little bit slimmer on the neck here, so which means that it feels a little bit narrower. And I mean, the accent is probably a little bit higher, and also this is a floating trem, which give you when you do dig in, you get that little bit of a wobble. And I get why he does that. I do that to my guitars. That's just the thing. I like it when the metal touches the wood.
Please, look. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you can appreciate that. I think our take on all guitars is that it's a very personal decision to go and buy a guitar, and you know what one person loves, the next guy might not. All I would say, and I've said this before about Gibson, and I'll say it now about PRS, and I'll say it about anybody's personal decision to go and buy a guitar that they like. Fender Relics is the same.
Fender Relics is the same. Man, the amount of people don't like it, people love it.
If you like it, then that's great.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, then that's great too. But please don't become abusive towards someone that does like something because you don't like it.
Good old PC and Mac, isn't it? iPhones and Android.
It's
exactly the
life's
same thing.
too short,
People
guys.
just get
That's a beautiful guitar.
Go buy some
beautiful guitar.
Make some love.
Both these guitar companies, make fabulous guitars. And John Mayer is still my favourite guitarist on the planet that I've never met.
Yeah.
Just saying, John.
I love you, John. I love you. Oh my God.
So there we go. Look, play us out. Play us out with a loop. In fact, do a loop, and then what I'll do is I'll plug into a different amplifier, and I'll jam, and then maybe at some point as well, while that Joss can run in and
what if you done a loop?
can jam.
What if you done a loop and then we all just took turns on
That's
the PRS?
a shout.
Yeah,
that's a shout.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That's the end.
I like it a lot.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Andertons Guitar YouTube channel. If you're a drummer or a keyboard player or interested in music technology, you might find one of our other channels interesting, and I'll put details of those in the description below. If you want to find out more about the products we've just featured, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like this, please click here. If you want to watch another video on our guitar channel, click down here. And to subscribe to our guitar channel, click here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.